Today, I'll be sharing about banks in China. To start off, this is how the banking system is structured. The State Council, which is the government, has 4 bodies reporting to it for all financial and banking matters across the country. They are the People's Bank of China, which functions as the central bank, the China Banking Regulatory Commission, the Ministry of Finance, and the State Administration of Foreign Exchange. Together, these 4 entities function as the regulators, overseeing all the banks across the country. Here are some trivia about the banks in China. It used to be a monolithic system, which means that there is only one bank operating in the entire nation, which was the People's Bank of China. However, after the government opened up in the 1980s, more banks began to enter the industry. Secondly, China's banking sector is the largest compared to those of other countries. At the end of 2021, it was holding around 50 trillion US dollars in assets. Today, there are anywhere between 4,000 and 5,000 banks in the country, employing more than 2 million people. The 5 largest banks in China are the Bank of China, the Industrial and Commercial Bank of China, the China Construction Bank, the Agricultural Bank of China, and the Bank of Communications. And financially, they are stronger than some of the most famous names in banking, such as JP Morgan, Citi, and HSBC. Recently, there have been some events surrounding the Chinese banks. The first would be a banking scandal that occurred across 5 banks in Henan and Anhui, whereby the shareholders allegedly siphoned money from depositors. As a result, investigators froze people's accounts, and this led to people staging protests because they were unsure whether they would be compensated or if they can ever access their money again. As a result, this has shaken confidence in small and medium-sized banks. A second event would be the mortgage boycott. So basically, when buying a property in China, there is a pre-sale model where people make payment in full first, and this is usually financed by a down payment and a bank loan. Because of this rule, developers can raise cash quickly. However, developers do not need to allocate all this cash to constructing the real estate. They can use it for other purposes. Therefore, whenever developers need quick financing, they can simply start a project in order to get cash quickly. Under the pre-sale model, people need to make mortgage payments even though their property is not yet completed. However, certain projects couldn't be delivered on time due to cash flow issues, and therefore, people decided to stop making payments as they were afraid that developers can no longer deliver due to their cash flow problems. And this affected the banks as the banks are no longer receiving any loan repayments. At the end of July, more than 320 projects have already been affected by this mortgage boycott. I feel that home buyers are on the losing end of this pre-sale model because developers can simply use their money towards business expansion, but not towards the constructing of the houses. Therefore, I feel that more should be done to protect the interests of home buyers, such as strictly enforcing the use of project accounts for development and also limiting the number of projects that developers can launch if they still have uncompleted ones in the pipeline. That is all regarding the banks in China. Thank you.